This is a video of my 2,400 mile road trip across Europe in just 6 days. Starting off here in Dover, boarding the ferry, me and my 16-year-old daughter. This is about midnight, just after midnight when we set off. After driving through the night 242 miles from Calais over to Amsterdam. We arrived very early in Amsterdam, around 7 AM. So we spent just the one night here in Amsterdam. Lots of time to look around because we got there so early. And then the next day we've driven down through Germany. We've stopped at this cool structure. It's called the Tiger Turtle. It's located not far from Dusseldorf and Cologne. And there are a few of these dotted around in Germany. These sculptures that you can climb on. It was a bit windy and you could feel the whole thing moving around. It was a little bit sketchy for me. I'm not a huge fan of heights. This was high enough, but there was amazing views. So we continued to drive. It was a long day of driving through Germany until we eventually arrived after 329 miles. And we arrived into Strasbourg. Me and my daughter both loved Strasbourg straight away. It was a really nice city with a beautiful old town. This is the cathedral. We actually sat just behind where I'm filming and had a great meal. You can actually hear me singing in the background. Voice of an angel. As nightfall came, we were treated to this amazing light show and music. We weren't expecting this, and it was absolutely amazing. We spent quite a while looking at it. It really was pretty spectacular. We absolutely loved Strasbourg, and I'd definitely like to come back here, and this whole region was amazing. There's lots of very cool towns very close by that I'd like to explore. Did get the saxophone out for a bit here, as you do. And so the next day we drove on down along the Rhine Valley in the supercar down towards Switzerland, then all the way through Switzerland and onto Italy, covering 295 miles. There was just so many things to see here, so many great views. And then we arrived in Switzerland, and this is Interlaken, a beautiful lake. My daughter went for a little swim. This is Lauterbrunnen, one of the famous pretty beautiful villages in Switzerland. This amazing valley with the waterfall and beautiful mountains either side. The drive through Switzerland was absolutely amazing. We passed through Lauterbrunnen and Grindelwald. We then continued on towards Italy over this amazing road, this mountain pass. It was a long drive and we arrived late into Italy, and we had a nice hotel near Lake Maggiore. But this is the next day, arriving in Milan, where we stopped for an hour or so for some food and a quick look around, and then we arrived in Pisa. And this is just a little look at our hotel. This was the nicest hotel we stayed at. This leads out to a balcony outside, and we had a room each with king size beds, and comparatively we stayed mostly at quite cheap places. But this is in Pisa. We had a nice meal there, and then the next day we set off again and we drove to Cinque Terre. It was a not so bad 74-mile drive. This is Monterosso Almara. Not saying it correctly, of course. This was close to where we stayed. This was another beautiful area that I'd love to explore some more. We actually spent this night in a hotel which appeared to be a I'm not sure what you call it, a nun's convent maybe, which was converted into a hotel, and there was still a chapel there. This is some of the local wildlife next to where we were staying. This was the beautiful view outside the convent where we were staying, which only got more beautiful at night. So then it was an epic drive of 1,100 miles through the night, stopping off in Cologne and going all the way home, arriving home in the UK.